In the Disney Pixar Monsters Inc. series, there is a big confliction regarding the setup for the entire relationship of Mike and Sully and when they originally met. In Monsters Inc., Mike gloats.
You've been jealous of my good looks since the 4th grade, pal.
And in the original teaser trailer, Sully exclaims.
Oh, okay, you remember the 5th grade? Yeah. When you spent all your time passing notes to Susie Boyles?
But if they met in elementary school, then Monsters University makes no sense.
James B. Sullivan.
Mike Wazowski.
So, which is it? Did they actually meet in elementary school or at Monsters U? Hello, I'm Isaac from What's So Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and today I'm going to uncover the actual continuity for this iconic duo, since right now it feels like they were just tripping over themselves, or like they were the CD8 forgetting to open the window before sliding in, or like the continuity is just slipping away. If you'd like to theorize on this idea or come up with your own in the comfort of your own home, I have provided all the links to the movies and the resources I used in the description. And to continue discussing Disney with me, make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I love the Monsters Inc. franchise. I mean, I just got this shirt for Christmas. Monsters Inc. was one of my favorite early Pixar films, and I loved the inspiring story of Mike overcoming his flaws and letting go of his dream to find success in other aspects of his life in Monsters University. Monsters University does a great job of showing how Mike and Sully's friendship shaped one another and transformed them into the individuals they were meant to be in Monsters Inc. But recently I noticed the exchange in Monsters Inc. that messed with my head and that story. There are two different periods in their life that are claiming to be when the duo met, and this completely goes against the expert storytelling of Pixar. For the decades we have experienced Pixar, I had to believe they were not just lazy storytellers in this instance, which is why I began to dive into the topic to see what I could find, and I eventually came across the answer in the form of a deleted scene discussion from Monsters University. It turns out the director of Monsters University, Dan Scanlon, was aware of the obscure line from the original Monsters Inc. film.
In the first Monsters Inc., there's a line that suggests that Mike and Sully knew each other in the 4th grade.
But as the production continued, they discovered that there were some issues between the story they wanted to tell and the already established continuity.
We really wanted to be respectful of that line, but we started to realize over time that by doing that, it was changing the type of story we wanted to tell with Monsters University.
So this bit of dialogue in Monsters Inc. by Mike began to make the creators feel that they were boxed in when creating the origins of Mike and Sully.
We either had to tell the story of Monsters Elementary and literally stay with the guys for the whole movie in grade school, or you had to show Mike and Sully meet young and then skip ahead in time and have them re-meet in college. The problem we were noticing was feeling like they had met a long time ago, had a relationship, and then we were just reintroducing that relationship again.
What originally seemed to me, and I'm sure many other fans of Monster Inc., as an overlooked continuity issue or a sign the studio no longer focusing on their storytelling, was actually an issue that influenced the entire development of the prequel storyline. The creative team at Pixar wrestled with how to handle the reference to the 4th grade, even though they felt a more compelling story could occur when the monsters were in college. And they gave it so much thought, they even drafted an entire scene they considered including in Monsters University to keep the canon sound.
Let me introduce myself, Mike Wazowski, and you are?
Jimmy Sullivan.
I am just super excited they thought of the fans throughout their process and actively attempted to make this scene work in the film. But a creative group working at one of the most prestigious animation companies in the world, suddenly feeling like they were restricted by the story they could tell is not something that would stand. They had to do what was best for the story, and the creators just felt the movie wasn't working with them meeting in elementary school. Here's what the producer of Monsters University, Corey Ray, felt was going on with the story.
We talked about it for a couple of years.
Yeah,
actually.
we tried
and went
versions.
back and forth. We tried versions where they did meet, and we met them younger in elementary school. It just never worked though. It was never right. It took away from the story, and it took away from their actually meeting at university.
Yeah.
It would be so difficult to be in these creative director positions. Either they had to go against the story everyone loved enough to warrant a follow-up film, or focus and develop the ideas they had to create the best story for these characters. they eventually came to peace with how to remedy the situation with the help of two of Pixar's most famous men, Pete Docter and John Lasseter.
And so it was really Pete Docter and John Lasseter who kind of said to me, I think you need to let this go.
Through these supportive words by Pixar legends, the creative team felt the mention of fourth grade was meant to express a long connection between the characters, and the story they were telling still kept that same spirit.
Spirit of that line when it was in the first film was just to sell that they've known each other a while, and I think we all felt like college is still a while.
For the creators of Monsters University, they just felt having Mike and Sully meet in fourth grade, like they stated in Monsters, Inc., was limiting the developing story they could tell in their college years. They did their best to create a suitable continuity for the franchise by spending years crafting scenes in their elementary years, but in the end, they had to break the canon to create the emotionally driven story of Mike and Sully in Monsters University. So what does Mike's line mean to the creators of Monsters University then?
Oh, now we just say, jealous of my good looks since the fourth grade is just a monster expression.
If you enjoyed learning about the behind the scenes of the Monsters Inc. series, then click that like button. If you are interested in staying up to date with more magical Monsters Inc. videos, then click that subscribe button. So now it's time for the question of the day, sponsored by my patrons. Would you have preferred the creators include a scene of Mike and Sully meeting in elementary school? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. As always, thanks for watching, and have a magical day.